Yeah, hey Jordan. Yeah, stream problems. I tried setting it up earlier and it fucked up. I guess Rumble is needing rolling now. And I actually care about Rumble too. Plant? What's that mean, Chopper? Alright. What's good tonight? What is everybody listening to? Yeah. Alright. New Flux video. Really? I have not even opened up our browser yet. Clarata! And the video's been picked up are Versace. Some Versace glasses in here. Apparently. He'll tell me if I need to know it. Midwest will tell me. Believe me, he has direct communication with me. I know he drove today, and I didn't catch much of that drive because I was doing a lot of other stuff. Alright, let's open it up. I had a beautiful response today on locals. I know you guys don't listen to locals a lot or are not plugged in. Good. He's been covering some big stories lately. Right now, I'm gonna play. It's short. It's only 34 minutes. Adios, Big Dummies from Florida. I really have to go check the floor. I've seen all these, so if you haven't, sorry. I'll be right back.
Yes, sir. You come over here and talk to me, please. You come over here and talk to me, please. I'll be entertained. Why? I'm trespassing.
Anybody new?
Yes, sir. I'm peacefully assembling on the property. Police not gathering on the property. Get the phone on and put your lips. Alright? I'm standing in permission of law. Engage in freedom of speech, freedom of religion, freedom of assembly. Not trespassing.
Welcome.
I'm peacefully assembling.
Caleb.
Caleb?
Yeah, I'm supposed to start at 9:30 today. Hannah put me on yesterday. Caleb Blasingame, right here.
Yeah, I see you. You're on.
I'm telling the truth. I'm standing here peaceful, saying that this on this measure is giving
All right.
Them, the guy at the, them are 2 people too.
All right. Just hang over by the door then.
No problem.
We'll just,
How do you know you're not disturbing?
let me get you pulled up and we'll get you working.
Okay.
So,
Have you worked here before?
Yeah, years ago. I was like 18.
that's pretty much
I'm 26 now.
Well, it's been a while.
Yeah. I work here. I work at the cookie factory. I work in a few jobs.
Okay.
My most recent one was McDonald's.
All right.
I get the bus.
right here at the steps of City Hall. That's where I like. That's
Where's
where
your
I
work?
like. That's where
It was worked out pretty good. A job is a job to me. I just like to work.
You get it?
They always put bread and butter on the table for the kids.
For real. I get that.
You know, there's two types of people in the world: pessimistic or more optimistic.
You seem pretty optimistic, and that's already always good.
Yeah. I kind of look at like glass half full. Like I can always go back and get more. You get what I'm saying?
No, I
Nice beard, by the way. How long
Thank
have you
you.
been growing?
do. Well, I've been trimming it down too since 2020.
Oh, so that's only 20 since 2020 though?
Yeah.
Wow.
What's up, man?
What up?
Oh, you got guys in there?
Yep, we're checking them in.
And, we'll sit down and talk about Brandon.
Oh, I know it. Hey, you step out for a second.
Yes,
Did they tell you anything? You
Yeah.
email? So, yeah, let him go. He's just snapping and, we trying to deal with
What did he do with her?
Same thing. He went off. And then,
I'm surprised he showed up.
yeah, so, what can you say?
I'll deal with it.
No, so, yeah,
Yeah, just tell him to talk to me.
he's done. So, he's sitting out here.
All right, I'll talk to him.
All right. I'm ready for these guys whenever they ready.
There's about 3 or 4.
Okay.
Well, it's not about feelings. It's about the law. It's about the Constitution.
All right. Get you set up, man.
okay. Thank you, brother and Mr. Warren.
Don't worry, man.
I love when I hear my word. It's always gonna be a good day. I used to live in California when I hit 18.
All right.
I moved out there, and it's always gonna be a good day when you hear like no worries, like a Kuna Matatis. Like you get what I'm saying?
I completely understand that shit. Man.
Yeah, you know.
Okay, well, you're not going to stay here.
How old are you, Ken?
52.
Congratulations. A lot of people don't make it.
All right. First name, last name.
Caleb Blasingame. Kaleb.
K-A-L, last name.
Blasingame, B-L-A-S.
I'm just going to stay there. Here's what I'm doing. Watch what I do.
Gotcha.
Making that count for me.
Yeah, I just need to get you.
The first three of your first name and the first word of your last name.
Yeah.
Have a blessed day. God bless all the saints. right foot. I'm standing on a public sidewalk. Engaging in constitutional protected activity. Safeguarded by the First Amendment. This is freedom of speech, freedom of religion, freedom of assembly. Is it?
You tell me, my man, you know I say that in front of City Hall all the time.
That's right.
I was so happy to come
Sitting in a
back.
traditional public forum with a sign that says
I
"God
love
Souls
it.
Study."
It's fun like that.
At least put his gloves on. Look out.
And then Christmas is coming so fast, man.
Yeah, dude. Tell me about it.
Now get out of the Constitution protected activity.
All right.
So,
Let me check who you're.
who I'm working with.
No, I'm just seeing who you're assigned. They already have you assigned. Good. All right, good. I already have you assigned. Just have to check you in.
Alright, okay. So I can check in with you every day?
No, you don't need to.
Alright,
If you want to check in, that's cool.
okay.
But hang on.
Okay, before you go.
I wasn't leaving, I just was stretching out.
No, you guys still chose on?
Yeah.
All right.
Traditional public forum.
Reporter ready to work.
To remove me or have me leave this property in violation of civil rights. Okay.
Yeah, I don't play when it comes to the things I know I need.
No,
I don't see why people
This is
would.
extensive. This is
you'd be surprised.
This is
All right, Ron, let me get some. Let me see.
That's all fine and good. What we're trying to do is to help these people come back to do it. Well, then,
awesome.
You can argue it all you want. You can fight it over, but you gotta stop trying to go. So you end up in jail for months. Trespassing. 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 Just have you. Just to be honest.
I'm just trying to basically.
I will listen. That's right. If you go back and forth with it, you're gonna go to jail, right? You expect to. Then you go from a judge. You can argue it, but you're gonna take that back. So you let me know what you want to take that back.
So I didn't know what the trespass. I didn't engage in constitutional protected activity. I have not broken free. I'm not being hindered. This is freedom of speech. This is public. It's very just. You're not trespassing.
This is all
Well,
You know if the report's on 9:30, go 10 minutes.
it's a constitutional
I don't know what's tomorrow.
trespassing.
Norm, Edwards, Terrell Edwards.
So what's
Terrell
so
Edwards.
you got listen up. Listen to what I'm saying. You've got one of two choices. All right, you got one of two choices. You can respect my civil rights,
Or
you can
9,
violate my civil
43.
rights. You can strip you of qualified immunity. Am I trespassed?
You worked here before, sir?
What is it?
Have you worked here before?
No, I have not.
Well, welcome.
Oh, thank you.
It's getting you checked in. That's all we're doing here. My name's Norm. You got still toes on?
Yes, sir.
It's up to them to check it, so. Part of radio work. Alright. Let's get you checked in. Alright. Large? Yes. Norm.
Rob Liggins.
Good to meet you, sir.
Okay.
Rob. Let's find you. Is it Rob?
Yeah, Robert Liggins.
What is your last four?
5018.
Yeah. Man, you're not even on my list, so
I ain't?
no. But yeah, that happens.
Oh, okay.
And did they call you later today?
No, they called me yesterday.
Really?
Yeah.
What the fuck, man? What did they say?
And she told me to come today. She said they might train you on the forklift too, because I had a forklift experience. So.
Okay, I'll note that.
Yeah.
That's why I ask all these
Yep.
questions,
Yep.
because I get people showing up and I'm just like, you know what? Let me figure out what, because we get some gems, and I think it may be money. Not on the list, but you're a gem, Robert Liggins. You worked with us before?
No, sir.
Well, welcome. Man.
Yeah, thank you.
I think you're working for a good company. I think.
Okay.
I've been here about 15 years.
Have you?
I started
So
where
you the
I started where you're sitting.
Is he? Now you the supervisor for
Third shift. Yeah.
Impact or?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
But I understand where you're at. So
You understand where I'm at? You moved up the
you
chain.
got steel toes on?
Yes, sir.
All right. I'm not even checking. They're gonna check that. Reported, ready to work. All right, bud. Like I said, my name's Dawn. Good to meet you.
Yep.
Let's get you in the streets. Big ends. All right. Dude! What are you doing? Welcome.
How you doing?
Good.
You Mr. Norman, I
Yeah,
know.
nice, sir. What's your name?
Willie Hayes.
Good to meet you, sir.
So I like that hoodie.
Thank you. Most people don't.
I know it. Don't I know it?
What's his name again?
Willie Hayes.
You a forklift driver?
Yes.
That's why you're not on my list. Yeah, the last two of you.
Mm-hmm.
You're welcome. Last four?
3380.
Here. Yeah, steel toes on? You just tell me. Man.
Yeah.
You don't have to show me. Just say yes.
Yes, sir. Then it suffice those shields that go on my shoe.
Well, you don't need them if you have steel toes on. Huh? You got steel toes on or not?
Shields that go on my shoes.
Oh, you got them. Okay. Okay, so you have the equivalent. That's all that matters. That's all that matters, especially if you're driving. It doesn't matter. I don't know if you'll be driving tonight.
Right.
You'll be a backup for until they can pull you up.
That's what she said.
Yeah. So you just be hanging parts or taking them off the rack until then. Make sure everything's cool. I always want to make sure they have everything right for you.
Right.
Your direct deposit is set up. Tax. You have a big corp bank. Approved direct deposit.
For my direct deposit,
Yeah.
you already set it up
All right, cool. You good?
through my thing.
Yep. All right, let me get you some. You got glasses, so let me get you some gloves.
That's all I was saying. Why it's better to be safe than sorry.
Excellent. You're right.
I know why it's never consistent.
I get you.
I want to make it seem okay. Not too many more letters.
I got you. You started yesterday?
That's big.
You check it already?
Yeah, I can go back now, right?
They'll take you off. Maybe they'll do. They haven't checked in yet. Good to meet you, sir.
No, Tawan.
Tawan?
Tawan.
Tawan? Last name?
Dixon.
Mr. Dixon?
Yes.
Relax. All right. All right. Cool. Activity. Oh my God. You have steel toes on? Alright, man, you're good to go, man. To work. Norm, I'm here till 10:30 most nights. If you need anything help, come see me, alright? Yes, sir.
Question.
Go ahead.
Is there any way that I can, like, it's just I find something for this case, I want to switch me or something? because my phone's off. I was anyway connect this Wi-Fi, so I just gave my ring card with every or something. I don't like
I don't know. I'm connected directly. So. If there is, ask around here. Silco's them, right? Alright. Let me get you some gloves and some glasses. Anybody else?
I really did not do nothing. Really, I did not. Like,
Let me check it, but I don't think it's cool.
like I wasn't disrespectful. She said I yelled at her and screamed at her. I never did that. I never did that, sir.
They have recordings of it.
What? Recordings of it? What do you mean?
I mean, there's cameras all over the factory.
I wasn't yelling and screaming at her, though. It's loud in here, man. You gotta talk loud sometimes. I wasn't yelling and screaming, though.
I'm not telling you anything. I'm just telling you in general.
Well, right. Like, I was not yelling and screaming at her, though, I promise. If anybody was yelling and screaming, it was her at me.
What is your last four?
5005. Like, literally, I went to the dump table, went to work. She pulled me off the dump table.
Paint line in, right?
Yeah. She pulled me off the dump table, had me stand by the containers, called me an extra, then told me to go back to the dump table. And the only thing I said was, I was already at the dump table once, but I guess I'll go back to the dump table again. It don't make too much sense, but whatever, you know, I wasn't arguing. I wasn't, none of that. And she
I'm
came
listening
over,
right now. So
like,
go ahead.
and she just came over there and started screaming and yelling at me.
All right.
Then I tried to ignore it. I tried to. I stood there, tried to do some work. I tried to ignore it. She provoked me. She walked all the way from over there where she was. She ran back around back by the dump table, started screaming and yelling at me. Like, there's a ways of talking to people, but you don't scream and yell at me.
I agree.
Then after that, I was hanging on the line. I was further down the line. I was trying to, there was one side of the rack, didn't have no parts on it, so I was going further down the line, put some parts on it. So at least it has something on it.
Mm-hmm.
And she's like, where's Brandon? Like, on top of this, just to remind you, she's been eyeballing me all night. She's been walking around me
What's
constantly.
eyeballing?
Like, she's been watching me all night. She's been like, she hasn't been far from me all night. Like,
all right. I didn't know.
yeah. Like, she, not eyeballing me, but just kind of like this type of stuff. Just kind of close to me, just waiting for me to mess up or something. I don't know. But
All right.
like, then after that, I asked her, I'm like, why? I just asked her. I wasn't being rude or nothing. I asked her, I'm like, why do you watching me so hard? That's all I asked her. But she said, oh, well, you can go home. You can go home. We don't need you. I said, I would just ask you a question. And you told me to go home over a question. I wasn't rude, disrespectful.
All right. Hang tight at the
Like,
table. I'm gonna go talk to them and we'll get this shit figured out.
She's gonna say I screamed and yelled at her.
I know, but like I said, I always go by the video. Alright, thank you. Everybody's checked in, right? Alright. My God. That last guy is done. Shit. Sorry, guys. I usually have something playing on. I apologize. I had Hang Your Oath playing, but I didn't mute. I muted it. Here we go. Hey,
I'm right here.
what's up, Ron? Where'd you go?
I just wanted my car, smoked cigarette, and came right back in. So
I let you go, man.
they let me go.
Yeah.
That's crazy. I didn't even do nothing, man. Like, this is crazy.
She explained what you did. It's very different from what you're saying. So.
It's not what happened though. It's
All right, well.
like it's cool. Man. It's
All right.
I'll go down and do more. I don't even do this anymore.
I apologize, man.
I would not give my name. Not unless I'm being trespassed.
So what we're dealing with here is more that you're soliciting on city property.
Yeah, in front of City Hall, instead of City Hall.
Yes.
You can't solicit in the city of Tokens period. Sure. You can't. It's constitutionally protected too.
You can't. It's in the city. It's against the city. You can't do it.
That would be
Hey, Chopper! I'm sorry if everybody I missed. I apologize.
You guys thinking of a new attorney?
It's been crazy since it went live. I was trying to make it different when
You can't. The city manager.
you came live.
City managers want to call?
Yeah.
You have them come out here?
No.
Why not?
Because it's not an issue for him to do.
I mean,
But
you guys not violating my rights.
it's been different.
You can't solicit.
Solicitation is free speech.
You can't solicit.
I can't. I am.
You should trespass you from City Hall.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I'm regretting not doing
Well, I'm going to tell you, you're going to be trespassed from City Hall.
it. Can you please not?
No longer licensed, authorized, or permitted to be on or remain on this property. If you remain on this property, if you come back to this property within 1 year, be subject to arrest for trespass.
Property here. I'll step off the City Hall property. All right.
That's right, you on there?
I do.
No. That's right. Come back to this property, you're going to be arrested.
I'm not on the property.
So what you're doing is just doing this to get a rise.
I'm doing this because you guys don't know what the hell you're talking about. Okay? I'm doing this because it's constitution protected activity. You just trespassed me from the steps of City Hall for free speech. You're cool with that.
That's not free speech.
So God rest on his veterans. It's not free speech.
You're soliciting.
It's listening for good compassion and prayers for the homeless.
You can do that right here in the city.
But I can't do it on City Hall steps. I must get back on this property.
You're going to go to jail.
Okay. I'm going to jail.
Just go over there and
Why don't you go get the city attorney? Listen, this guy's an idiot. This guy's a big dummy. You see more reason. I don't want to talk big dummy. You be quiet, big dummy.
Hey,
Hey, show me how many hours I got.
this week?
Last
Last week I can do last week.
Yeah, can you print it out? You need this, whatever's in the printer.
No.
If you guys,
I don't give a fuck what that is.
You want me to set it up
Nah,
inside?
just leave it there, man.
Alright.
Those girls been leaving this shit.
you're qualified
I
to
can
be
pull you
you're
up.
not going to survive this. Now you listen to me. You're
Because
qualified.
what I got last week, I'm going to end up getting this week too.
Alright.
I'm hoping.
Me too.
Look, I'm trying to keep you guys out of a lawsuit.
Hopefully this new guy picks up his
What is the
speed a
number to
little
the
bit.
city attorney? I'll call him myself.
If you give me a second, I can go look for you.
Okay. Can you guys just call the city attorney?
I don't have them on speed dial. That's something I just had on.
Alright. Because
What's your,
this is
I
soliciting.
like the Darth Vader. of it.
I've had that there for about 10 years.
Last four? Is that what you need? 9758. It blended in, but while I was sitting here, I caught the light. I'm like, I know that helmet.
Yeah. Most people don't recognize it.
Trespassing from city property.
What I'm trying to do is we're trying to get set up so I can speak to somebody and do what
Talked to Melissa the other day.
Well, I would like for you guys to speak. I would
She
like for
loves
you
you,
guys to
man.
explain to somebody.
She just messaged me and said, you coming in tonight? I said, well, what's over? Yeah. She was like, I brought some soup.
Is that okay?
Good girl, man. She's good.
Oh, yeah.
There you thought you worked your ass off last week.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
If you want us to be on your side, you're more than welcome to. They ask you not to block the steps.
Yeah, that's fine.
If you want to sit on the bench, you're more than welcome to sit on the bench.
Thank you.
All right?
You're on the top one.
Let's go.
Nope.
Okay.
Bottom line.
What do we got here? How many hours? 10 and a half? Yeah, that's about right.
50.75, actually.
Because that's what I'm going to, because I already worked an hour and a half over Monday. Friday, I'm going to come, today, Wednesday, Friday, I come in at 2,
Yeah.
and then Saturday, I work an 8-hour shift. So, I'm going to be a little more.
Hey. They're going to shut down for a couple weeks. You know that.
Oh, yeah. So, I'm trying to get as much.
I just
Plus,
so you
I'm
know,
trying to get my ass in.
build it up because they're going to be down for a week, at least a week and a half.
Oh, yeah. Because I'm trying to get into the apartment.
I don't want you to get caught off guard
Oh, yeah.
because they're not telling anybody this shit. I don't know why. They should be. I mean,
Oh, I know. Same shit, different year.
yeah. That's a good guy. All right,
The white tail is available now.
Mike Malice and Alex
This episode
Jones.
is brought to you by Patriot Gold.
You're just gonna hear the background.
Good afternoon, Michael Malice here. Let that be run for the next hour. We have with us a man who needs no introduction, Alex Jones. Alex, I record this Monday. It's airing communication, and I had this very long intro for you about your book. Since Friday, so many things have happened. I saw you have another book. You're back on Twitter. You've done the Tucker Carlson show. Let's talk about the Twitter thing first, I guess. Are you surprised that you're back? What do you think this means, if anything? I just want to hear your thoughts quickly.
I was surprised because they demonized me so bad. 99% it wasn't true. And I thought, oh, Elon's problem, he wasn't going to do this. But they messed with him so much, you know him, that he said, go F yourself, as we all know. And I was able to interview him and interview me for 2.5 hours yesterday. And we're like on the same page. So I'm in Twilight Zone in a good way right now. And so I'm very, very excited about what's happening.
I've always been kind of taken aback that you're public enemy number one, because here's the thing. It's very easy to caricature Alex Jones as, if there's one person or one type of people that you might want to ban, is people who love violence, right? Your entire MO is do not
Dwayne,
love
welcome.
violence, because the government will take any slight bit of violence or display of force as an excuse to come down 100 times harder. We talk about this constantly. There was a documentary that I saw about you. We were at January 6th. You're like, guys, do not let things get out of control. This is what they want. And yet you're caricatured as this kind of violent insurrectionist. Do you think that you being reinstated, and do you think basically that so-called cancel culture has reached its peak. Because now, not only is it hard to cancel people, they're getting uncanceled.
Well, what's happened is the old dinosaur media,
I'm lost from my fucking chat here.
the public's voice on social media. And it's not that Trump's support was perfect and Trump was perfect. It's that until Trump won with that landslide fluke and it was going to happen, they were arrogant and said, we don't care about social media. We're just selling advertising here. So what? When they saw that, and Trump went, they came in with both feet, trying to stomp on it and clamp it down. And then their response, censoring not just me, but hundreds of millions of people here in the U.S. and billions around the world, pissed people off and made them want alternative news even more. So it's not that I'm perfect or some found all the answers. It's just that they recognize that I'm certainly not establishment. So yeah, the worm has turned. I think we've crossed the Rubicon. The Great Awakening is here. And now Biden comes out, the Secretary of State, the Chairman of the Joint Chiefs, and the Secretary of Defense says, well, if you don't give us $106 billion more for the Ukraine war, your sons and daughters will be dying within months. So now they're holding a nuclear war gun to our head, which is so crazy. I didn't see that coming. So, yeah. And then I talked to Elon yesterday. He said, yeah, they're total warmongers. They're insane. I'm totally against the globalists now. So it's not us that's radical. It's not us being revolutionary. This is a survival mechanism at this point. To just say, whoa, we're done. We don't care about liberal, conservative, all these labels. We want peace. We want prosperity. We don't want World War III. And then I've been so demonized. I'm not even that good. I mean, I'm okay. But no, this guy's the most demonized. Let's just hold him up. Trump has the same thing going on. He's not perfect, but he's way ahead on the polls because people are like, well, if the establishment says I can't have this guy, I want this guy. So the system has no support. It's totally collapsed. But now, like Napoleon or Hitler, they go to Russia to die, and they're doing history repeats. And now here we are again.
Yeah, one of the things that I think is very interesting, let's talk about the book, because I have this weird quirk where I read a book I own. So when I was on your show, you gave me a signed copy, got to have that for the library. And I wasn't looking forward to it because a lot of these books are just copy and paste of someone's show, right? So I've seen the show, and I know what you would talk about. I didn't think I was going to learn anything. This book was absolutely excellent. And I was surprised how much I learned. I was surprised how much I enjoyed it. You did a superb job on it. And let me tell people why they should pick up this book, and we can talk about it next week in a second. People, your show, you're very informative, and you have to be to some extent. If you're talking about this kind of dark stuff day in and day out,
I hate it when people play games.
if you don't
This dude is playing games.
now, because at the end of the day, it's just like I can't handle all this demonic energy, and if any, it's also what can I do about it? So, but this book, the entire tone of this book is fine. I'm Alex Jones. I think Bigfoot did 9/11. I'm crazy. Whatever. The point is, this is what these people are advocating, using their own words. So you don't have to like me. You don't have to think Alex Jones has any common sense. Explain to me what you think it means. And you're the opposite of conspiracy theorists in this book, because conspiracies, by definition, are done secretly and behind closed doors. And you're like, this is out in the open. They're publishing it in their books, on their website, and in their videos. None of this is secret at all. Can you talk a bit about that?
Well, I realize that I'm always very direct, and I was sitting back when we first wrote the book a year and a half ago, the first book that just came out, and I said, I should do this the way I would talk to family or friends at dinner. Not bombastic, not aggressive. Because I never planned to do that. I just, half the time I'm exhausted, so I'm on air. It's easier to get hyped up than just be. It's harder to be enduring than it is just be bombastic. So my crush is just go Godzilla, pull the China cabinet. But then I said, look, I'll write notes, I'll record things that are positive, and then your ghostwriters can take a lightly and kind of boil it down. So the last book was like 800 pages, 600 pages long. It was done. They boiled it down to 200 and something. The next book's 400, boiled down from 800. And I just did it in, more of, because my listeners all tell me we love the old Alex and we make jokes and be fun. I've been like that 5-6 years. So I tried to bring that to both books. And exactly what you said. Say, hey, tell me crazy. This doesn't sound too good. This is what they said. And they had lawyers that all of it, double check all the quotes on both books.
Be right back. Where are you going?
You know, I'm just betting on humanity saying, this is crazy totalitarian stuff. Forget who I am, but also using my controversy to sell books. Am I the radical? Because I don't have the nuclear launch codes. And you know, I'm not the one doing all this. Will you please help me save the world? Because I'm not going to save it. We're going to save it together. Because that's basically what we tried with the books.
So one of the things that I learned from this that, you know, I kind of have been naive about is you talk a lot about transhumanism, right? And I thought to myself, okay, maybe this is one of those boogeyman words. And when I thought transhumanism, I saw a video not that long ago of people with Parkinson's, and they couldn't eat the bowl soup, right? So they had this kind of spoon that even though the person's shaking, the spoon is perfectly still, and they can eat the soup and kind of have their quality of life and dignity back. And things like eyeglasses, you know, you're not born with eyeglasses, you put them on. And I'm like, what is Alex Jones having against transhumanism? Maybe he's a bit of a Luddite. But that's the thing how these people work, right? You and I are both anti-fascist. America is an anti-fascist country. We lost a lot of men fighting Hitler in World War II. But being anti-fascist and being Antifa are not all the same.
Cynthia, what's that link for?
It's a term that in the context
I can't play it on here, but I want to know what it is.
Technology helping some of the Parkinson's. No one gets that. But their definition of transhumanism is not at all what I would just say. Can you break down what they mean by transhumanism?
Yeah, I mean, you gotta go back to Aldous Huxley in 32. He wrote Brave New World. His brother was the head eugenicist, the head transhumanism. My uncle was in a motorcycle accident, was having seizures for years, was almost dead in a wheelchair. He didn't just get a Vivint, he got the nerve stimulator first. It helped him. So about 5 years ago, he got an actual brain chip. He's up walking around, looks 20 years younger, it's wonderful. If you've got a brain injury, maybe take brain chips, it's wonderful. I'm not against it. I don't want.
So, Sony is supposed to start tonight. This is Elijah Pugh. I won't be able to work tonight. Third shift. That will be my first day. Need to get new pair of steel-toed for tomorrow. Old ones.
So, I'm all about innovation. And they lie and say, yeah, you're Luddites. You're against technology. No. They're trying to replace us with this, not make us better. And so that's basically one of the points we make in the book. In both books dealing with transhumanism. Transhumanism, the way they sell it, is a replacement of humanity, not an empowerment of humanity. So I think that's basically what we're dealing with.
The other thing you talk about is who's the one who's going to have the control of the on and off switch. So if we saw during COVID Jimmy Kimmel, who was crying understandably about his son having an illness, treating his son, he wanted other people to have socialized health care and all that. People are having around this. But he's joking blatantly about, oh, you didn't get vaccinated and now you're in the hospital dying? Well, too bad. And everyone applauds. And it's like, you have people right in front of the camera telling you that if you're hesitant to take a vaccine that is new to the market, where it's impossible for any of us to say long term is going to be safe because it hasn't existed for long term. Human beings are not gods. We don't know the long-term effects are with cars or any technology. You have to wait it out and see what happens. The thing is, if they're this glib about if you don't get vaccinated, you're dying in the hospital, too damn bad, it's not that much of a stretch to be like, all right, you got this brain chip and we've got the remote control. Well, if you're not being obedient, let's see how long you're going to have access to the brain chip.
And so let's unpack what you just said, 100 points on that. Under federal law passed a year ago, all cars being manufactured have a kill switch on them. Now you can say, oh, that's great for drug drivers. No, they're going to use it for bad. So what I say is if you opt in to the full spectrum of chips, if you've got issues, Parkinson's, whatever, that's great. You decide to chip. We don't want one mandated chip that is controlling everybody. And that's what Klaus Schwab and the system is basically promoting. So that's exactly what they're doing, and it's a lie, but it's also a fantasy. They say just accept this new global government, and we're going to do all this, but let's go back to this. It's a cult to say we have an experimental shot, no testing, you open up the bottle of it, the data sheet is clear for the first time since the FDA was
I'm sorry about all the shenanigans. I really am doing a lot of work here. trying to save some people, but they don't want to be saved.
There's a real disease out there. You've got some tested
Idiots.
shots, or even it's not tested. I make the option to take it. That's my issue. To try to make me take something that they admit's experimental in the documents, but say it's tested and effective on the news 3 years ago when they rolled it out, when it wasn't tested, and now they admit doesn't protect you.
I need a drink.
It's just incredible. So what they want is mind
What's up, the drink?
through fear. Because the old, that's why I love your book, White Pill. I was even talking to the security guy here today, or armed guards. I go, I love White Pill. Or yesterday, you know, it's so optimistic, it's so good. And I was talking to the other crew. I was talking to these guys are about it. It's true. There are so many white pills out there. You can take the white pills.
Come on in.
Black pill, the red pill, the blue pill, the white pill.
Oh, hey.
It's our actions.
Can I get a request off one?
Manifest which pill we take. So if
Top-
people wake up, I'm white pill.
top
If they
shelf.
don't, I'm black pill. And it's one thing to red pill people. You hope that it says so many red
Nope.
pill, the white pill, the white pill, and realizing how much power they got.
Yeah, let's talk about the car thing because I think this is a great example.
All right, I'll get back to you tomorrow.
Yes, sir. Hey, if I'm not here, just leave it in the box out there.
So let's go back to Patriot Act. Right? So the Patriot Act was sold in the wake of 9/11. But the idea was, look, we promise the only people we're going to torture is terrorists, and we're only going to torture terrorists when someone's got like a secret code and a nuke's about to go up in New York. And come on, we really got to get the secret code out of it. It's kind of this, the show 24, and that's never happened. They were torturing people who they didn't even know were terrorists.
It was a mind game to get you to give up your values. Because once you did, the floodgates are open.
Yeah, but then what I point out to conservatives since, and now it's flipped in their heads, is we live in a country right now where politicians and powerful people will tell you with a straight face, if you're a member of the NRA, you're a terrorist. So very quickly, if the law says this will only be used for terrorists, they'll be like, all right, terrorists, someone I don't like.
And Biden, when he first got in, their first press conference was, MAGA are terrorists.
Yes.
They're the main threat. White supremacists are the main threat. And they defined in that national security memorandum that's public. You look it up. It's like a blue thing with white stars on it. Official policy. In congressional elections, if you question lockdowns or forced inoculations,
I'm trying to be nice tonight.
you are a white supremacist.
It ain't cool. A lot of people are pulling some bullshit. This bitch started yesterday and is claiming neonatal issues.
Are going to hack the power grip of the Russians and bring it down before the election. And I'm like, that is theater, that is fiction, the most fantastical load of bull I've ever heard. But the fact that the Pentagon and the FBI is promoting that is actually
Yeah. Everybody's checked in.
Okay, but
Yeah.
Trying to take him on the ballot and saying we can't vote for him. And then I got a bigger problem with saying his supporters are the biggest terror group, when on average Trump supporters are one of the most docile groups there is.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting how you see this, all these progressives, or influencers, talking about they're scared of if Trump becomes president, that he is going to incarcerate his political opponents, while literally he's facing multiple felonies. And I think this is one of things are coming to a head historically where maybe possibly, in my opinion, because the news cycle is getting faster and faster, that instead of having one story on Monday in January and the next story in February, right, you have them within one day. And just they're talking out of both sides of their mind simultaneously because things are happening so fast. This whole thing about
No, I actually wrote notes. That was the one thing I wanted to say. It's right here. Was look at the projection. Look at the inversion. Trump is saying he's going to arrest Hillary gets back in. Trump, and I'm not saying Trump's perfect, but Trump has said, I don't want to arrest my opponents. I want to make America great again. I want to turn the economy on. They're the ones saying on the ballot all of that. They're the ones with all the indictments. They're the ones saying all of our political opposition are potential terrorists.
Does it fill up?
Oh, so adjustment form.
Oh. The wrong one?
It's good. He's Hitler.
That's
to
The
that.
guy's got Jewish
All right.
family in his
Three more.
from Israel.
Yes, sir.
That is not even real. So he's Hitler and he's a dictator. But when we have an oligarchy, we already have a plutocracy, we already have a bureaucracy that is literally trying to cement surveillance, censorship, and
Oh, Alex, man.
inversion. So
I can listen to Alex talk shit forever. Seriously.
I would be against it. I'm already pissed about the shot.
Because most of it's real.
A bunch of stuff. I'm not, with Trump, I hold my nose, let's be honest. But I see the whole establishment against him while saying he's doing what they're doing. And I'm like, you want to meet, gaslight, and drink the Kool-Aid. I just can't do it. So I'm very frustrated because they almost force me to support Trump. But I just want to support stopping the current regime for World War III.
Folks, I've been talking about stomach issues at the very least since my biography, Ego Hubris, came out in 2006. And something that helped me out enormously in my quality of life was probiotics. And I want to thank the person who told me that it was David Cole from Black Ear Crumbs. He recommended it.
Claiborne, what's going on? I didn't even notice you here.
It was something that I've been struggling with my entire life before that. So I want to talk to you about seed. It's great
Why
health
are
source.
you here?
But seed promotes healthy regularity and sleep quality, relief from occasional digestive discomfort, bloating, and intermittent constipation, and it supports healthy gut immune function in response to occasional GI and environmental stressors. This is a great way to promote fitness and cardiovascular health, and you'll look healthier on the outside too. Get smoother, bigger, healthier skin, and your skin retains a more useful water. Not only that, it's safe. effective, and
Questions?
satisfying. Rigorous
Claiborne?
testing for 14 classes of allergens as defined by the European Safety Authority. If you have had issues with stomach stuff and you think to yourself, this is just how I am, that's how I thought until I
Not for me, sir.
I got probiotics. So I would strongly encourage
I don't give a shit.
Sounds familiar, give it a shot because the upside could be absolutely enormous. Listen to your gut with Seed TSO1 Daily Symbiotic. All you have to do is go to seed.com/25malice. Make this code 25malice and you get 25% off your first month. That's 25% off.
Alright, I'm paying attention now. I finally got caught up, guys. Almost. I have two more. Wait, I have two more goals I gotta do.
I can speak from experience.
Money.
That's been an enormously positive thing for me.
I don't even know these names that are calling off. These people don't even work here. They're calling off before they even start.
What was your reaction to that?
Oh my God, he just mopped the floor with her. He sat there and said, for those who can see it, this is basically almost no ratings. This sure do sound like Michael Ballas or Alex Jones. He said, okay, name me 3 regions in the Russian-held areas of Ukraine. Couldn't say Crimea, couldn't say Donbass. And she literally went like all scared because she would have shot right back for like 30 seconds. And he goes, you say, by the way, that I don't like it because you're a woman. BS, man. You are a corrupt defense contractor that had no defense.
Money!
How you doing, sir?
Come on! How can I help you?
Anthony Sharp. I have various level situation going on. There, let you probably know. I'll be in tonight. She said, just, I'll let our units know. Just come in, because I told her it's very serious situation. I had to emergency move, police. I survived some stuff, man. So I was out here by myself for a minute, you know what I mean? But I had to take care of some things. And that's like, emergency.
I have no idea what you just said.
But yeah, that's like something like I had an emergency, you know what I mean? I had an emergency. Get away from my son and mom. We're not seeing eye to eye. So, I was gonna say, I was gonna ask, because I got some more stuff I gotta get. Is this okay? So we're gonna work tonight, or am I allowed to go tomorrow night, or wait till Monday? Because I told him I'll be back, no matter what. I just have to get work now. I'm 48 years old, and started dating again. Brand new again. 22 years with my wife.
So no idea.
Actually more than that. 22 years ago.
I still have no idea what you're saying to me.
My name is Anthony Shaw. I work normally third shift. I just started back. I just got my first shift Friday. And I had an emergency move I had to make, you know what I mean, because I was staying with my son and mom. But I had to get out here by myself, you know what I mean? So I was on the street, you know what I mean? So I had to go through a few things to get myself back in order to come back here, you know what I mean? These places I have things I have to
Keep
take.
saying you know what I mean, but I still don't really
What's
understand.
going on? Just let you know.
When's the last shift you worked?
Friday.
Last Friday?
Thursday.
Last Thursday? And how do you work the whole shift?
Actually, I never took any. You know how you do your free time? I just started back Tuesday of that week before that. I only had 3 days on my first shift, and then now this is gonna be my first full shift.
Anthony Shaw?
Yes, sir. This is only gonna be my first full shift. I'm just.
I just want to see what it says with your names.
Okay. Yeah, I like it. I was planning on getting away anyway, but it finally came to where
Getting away.
it was
What's
running,
that
like too much hill. You know what I mean?
No, I don't. I'm really confused about 90% of what you're saying. I'm confused about.
Dude, I just broke up with my son. Well, we had to leave. You know, I had to emergency leave her. You know what I mean? Because we got dangerous over here. You know what I mean? Like
No, I don't.
Well, I'm saying that's what happened. So I had to take things here. I had to take things there. You know what I mean?
No,
so,
I don't.
Well, I'm just saying that's what happened. My fault.
Looks like you've been working. You worked good for 2 weeks here.
Yeah.
What's the issue now?
Should I just start back? Can I just start back fresh Monday, or if it's okay with you? Because
what happened recently?
I'm out here by myself now. I've been homeless for the last 2 days.
No, I'm asking what's keeping you from working right now.
Oh no, if you want me to work right now, I'm here.
I'm asking you though.
But
what's kept you from working recently?
Being out, I had to take things. I got stuff to put here at people's house. You know, out here, I have no home. You know what I mean? I got luggage.
You're saying a lot of things that don't
I'm
make
back
sense.
on my own again, dude, and it can't happen in the hard, like straight up hard way, like.
Let me talk. Hey, have a seat at the picnic tables out there. I'll talk to Anthony, and it'll be up to him.
All right, thank you.
Yeah.
I just want past it too. He just want past.
Yeah.
Hey, y'all.
Dude, nobody knows what that dude is talking about. Nobody knows what that dude is talking about. I went to every part of this plant, and nobody knows what that dude is talking about. Oh, help me, dude. Odin, let me know what I should do. Help me, please. Nobody knows who Anthony Shaw is. Nobody. Dude, he was live, man. That's why I was letting it go. Seriously. That's why I was letting it go for as long as I did. I was like, okay. Talk your shit. Talk your shit. And then two that didn't even show up today, though. I gotta report them. The fuck is this? Ad activity? Look. I really want to reread this chat. Because they couldn't while it was happening. Two people that didn't show up. That was it. Elijah Pugh. Fuck that shit. You're supposed to check in with me. You don't, you're fucked. I'm gonna report that from now on. Sorry. Fuck you. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm not. I don't feel bad at all. We got the new people we needed for tonight. Dustin, thank you for the like. Good guy, thank you for the like. Rumble. Thank you everybody who's chatting or whatever on Rumble. I can't see the Rumble chat. I apologize. If you're chatting on Rumble, I appreciate it. And I appreciate you being here. When we may get to a different space, we may be able to see that all the time. Yeah, they may be fun. I've been there. I've had fun with drugs. I don't consider cannabis drugs, but I've had fun with the real drugs. It made me end up in bad spots. What I mean by bad spots is prison for years. What's cool about what I do is that all these troll channels, if they want to fucking bullshit on me, I'm an open door. I've done what I've done. I'll admit to whatever I've done. I won't admit to anything that I haven't been convicted of. This is a lot. Warm up the car. Damn it. Yeah, I did land on my feet. And I will tell the truth that a lot of people helped me. I did get a lot of... The fuck is that, Nick? What'd you send me? Dude, I literally clear out my whole fucking phone many times. It'll be 50 things. I get it. I completely understand what you mean with it. Alright. Fuck. Stop the car. It's I fucking grab my phone. Alright. I opened Telegram, but I didn't send anything. I saw what you sent and I agreed with it, so I didn't send anything. I have doggy biscuits. guy from the bar gave me a bunch of doggy biscuits to give my puppers, which I will do. Should I take you guys in with me even after I stop? Take you into the house. Chopper! Good to see you, buddy. I don't even try to blow it up my nose. I watch that as I see the video and it blasts out of my nose. I'm not even pushing it out of my nose. Love is the answer. Should be. It should be the answer. But unfortunately, we have a lot of idiots in this world. Alright. We're going to that.
Money! Finish up, did he?
Who?
Anthony.
No.
Okay, I'm still waiting on you.
Alright.
Let me stay outside here. Take a couple cups.
Wait, for what?
I said, I'm about to take a couple cups while I'm waiting on you.
Why are you waiting for Anthony?
You said you told me to wait for Anthony, bro. I saw something about tonight or tomorrow night. I really need tomorrow night to come in.
I think they let you go, man.
They did?
Yeah.
Okay. Because I let your partner, they just told me to come in, but I was coming in to check.
They who? You keep saying they.
I'll talk to him. The card.
You're not going to work tonight.
Okay.
Alright. That was on the body cam, so if it ever becomes something, same dude. He's out there smoking. Hey, I'm waiting for him to call me. I'm sorry. I should have flipped it. I didn't think it. Ugh. You know what? Let's go home. Is there a poker game tonight? Hang on, I gotta write a couple things down. So Versace glasses here. Get the fuck out of here, guys. I'm gonna take you with me, and I think we're gonna be live at the house too. Exactly. Let's go be happy about that dirty ass garage with a bunch of fucking Amazon boxes in it. If this cuts out, I'll reconnect at the car. Hey guys.
Hey, what's happening? You alright?
Yeah. Excuse me.
It's 419.
You guys ain't working tonight? You not working tonight? Doesn't look like it. Normally I just leave, but what's he doing though? But he's not. He's just hanging out here though. He's not working. All right. I'll just let him talk shit. They're yelling. Hey, happy night. You guys didn't see that, did you? Oh. I just saved a guy's job. That crazy motherfucker that's been here all night, I just saved it. It's so fucking cold. Oh, it's so cold. The crazy dude, he still have a job.
I miss it. I miss the speeches with Trump. You remember that? We used to get 5 speeches a day when he was in office. Anytime you turn on the TV, that guy was giving another fucking speech live, dude. Be in front of a helicopter, scream, calling a lady. At work, but I'm gonna. Now it's sad. Now with Biden, we get like 1 speech every 3 months. It's hard. He's like falls and shit. It's hard to watch. It's sad. I'm rooting for the guy. Obviously, I want things to go well, but it's hard to watch him do anything. Anytime I watch Biden do anything, I get the same feeling as like, you ever go to a friend's house and they have like a 16-year-old dog and it walks in the room? And you gotta do that whole like, oh, hey, there he is. Just look at him. He's looking great. My favorite thing about Biden is anytime Biden finishes a speech, he transforms into a Roomba. I miss it. I miss the speeches with Trump. You remember that? We used to get 5 speeches a day when he was in office. Anytime you turn on the TV, that.
So there were rumors that Robin Williams was known to steal.
It wasn't rumors. It was true. I've never heard of a person that was accused of being a plagiarist that wasn't a plagiarist. I've never heard of a false accusation. Robin definitely did it. He used to rip. Robin was, in my opinion, like one of the best actors ever. 1 Hour Photo, many, many movies. I think he was a brilliant, brilliant actor.
My billionaire neighbor has a funny hobby. Likes to pay people to put posted signs along our fence line. Even though the property lines are well demarcated and guarded by horned animals that ram, those posted signs are serving a great feature, letting me know where my property line is and nobody else. Even though they pay people several times a year to clean the lines there, they went ahead and walked right past this tree that knocked our fence over and caused all of our animals to be running down a busy road. It may appear that I'm making a better view of this posted sign here, but there's method to my madness. We always have lots of helpers around when we do projects. Here's Emmy, watching me put the sticks right back where they belong. It was right about now that I noticed my prize goat, Pebbles, who's an escape artist, had gotten out, was hanging out in the pasture. So I tried this quick fix of the fence, prop it up there. It was a genius idea till it didn't work. But you know what, we're going to salvage the day here.
A lady from this restaurant started, I don't know, telling me to turn the camera off or something, or calling the police. I don't know. She said something about the police. I didn't quite get the message.
Reasonable people don't like being filmed without their permission.
Reasonable people?
Yes, sir, reasonable people.
Reasonable people will know their rights and will know that we have the right to record in public. Reasonable people will know their constitutional right, freedom of the press, just like we got the freedom of the speech. Reasonable people in this country will not step on someone else's right to record in public, to freely exercise their right to record publicly without nobody harassing them or bothering them. I'm just talking about reasonable people, you know what I mean? Reasonable people will not call the cops on a man with a camera. Reasonable people call the police only when they see a crime committed. You heard? So I don't think you're talking about reasonable people right now, my G. A lady from this restaurant started
You know what is a much better story to me is the Transformers, the origin story of the Transformers. The claim is they were found, it came into the Arctic or wherever. No one saw it happen except the military because we're monitoring the Arctic. Then they get captured and we want to mine them for the technology that's in them. But we want to do it in a way nobody knows. So where do you do this? Let's build a dam. So the Hoover Dam was the cover project for the analysis of the Transformers that we captured. And then beginning in the 1930s, we catapulted. Quantum physics was invented, lasers were invented, miniaturization of electronics was invented, and it was all claimed to be traceable to this new technology that we reverse engineered, beginning with that research lab. I thought that was brilliant. That was a brilliant way to say that. The rest of it, no. When they're fighting each other, I'm Optimus Prime. No, I'm not doing that.
Notice off of the western tip of Cuba in the early 2000s, they found these incredibly bizarre ruins at 2,000 feet underwater. So they were marine engineers hired by the Cuban government in the early 2000s to go search off of western Cuba using sonar to find shipwrecks and gas deposits. And what happened was they were surveying 2,000 feet underwater off of western tip of Cuba in this massive sandy plateau that was literally like miles and miles and miles long, with no rocks or anything. And they come across this set of structures that is 11.5 by 11.5 miles. In Uvalde, the Cuban geologist says that the only time that that part of the ocean could have been different enough geologically would have been 50,000 years ago, just like Edgar Cayce said about Atlantis. Off of the western tip of Cuba in the early 2000s, they found these incredibly bizarre ruins.
What this US Navy pilot does to this Chinese jet is absolutely insane.
Navy shoot down China jet near Guam. Let's dive into the details. The video starts with a view of the blue skies and clouds from the cockpit of the U.S. fighter. An alarm goes off, and the pilot receives a message from the command center that a Chinese fighter jet is approaching their position. The pilot quickly maneuvers the jet and prepares to intercept the Chinese jet. As the Chinese jet comes into view, the U.S. pilot locks onto the target.
There's no chance this thing's going down.
The missile hits the Chinese jet, but it manages to dodge the attack and counterattacks with its own missile. Its pilot quickly takes evasive action and launches 2 more missiles, which hit the Chinese jet, causing it to go down. Pilot then receives a message from the command center congratulating him on a successful intercept mission.
What this US Navy pilot does to this Chinese jet is absolutely insane.
Navy shoot down.
I want to get paid the same as a man, and I think you understand that. So, if you become president, will a woman make the same as a man, and do I get to choose what I do with my body?
Oh yeah, I was going to say that I feel like it's incredibly patronizing for you to paint these questions this way, especially as a white man. I don't expect you to be able to understand what people of color are actually saying with regards to cancel Colbert. He has a history of making jokes.
So being a white man doesn't prevent me from being able to think, and doesn't prevent me from being able to have...
No, but white men definitely feel like they're entitled to talk over me. They definitely feel like they're entitled to kind of minimalize my experiences, and they definitely feel like they are somehow exempt and so logical compared to women who are painted as emotional, right?
No one's minimalizing your right to have an opinion. It's just a stupid opinion. I mean, it's a misunderstanding of what
you just called my opinion stupid.
I want to get paid the same as a man, and I think you understand that. So, if you become president, will a woman make the same?
A current or former United States Senator, I shall not say whom, lives in my neighborhood. Everybody talks about him. I know which house is his. I'd never met him. Now I'm home from tour, and I decide to start my day with a morning walk, a casual walk. I have some coffee. Let's get the day started. I go for a walk. I walk past his house. He comes outside. I don't say anything, right? But he yells out. He goes, "Hey, are you the comedian?" And I go, "Yeah." He goes, "Where do you think the term motherfucker comes from?" "Hello, it's nice to meet you." I go, "I don't know." He goes, "You think it's from people doing that?" I'm like, "Fucking their moms?" And he goes, "Yeah." A current or former United States Senator.
He comes down off the ladder, he sees me, he goes, "Mike Rowe." I say, "Yeah."
He comes down the ladder and he shakes my hand and he said, "Hey, Matt, I just want to thank you for doing the show you're doing, because every Tuesday night I watch it with my family and my kids. And when I see you doing these things on the show, I can say to my kids, see, there's dignity in every job. And just because you're out of sight and out of mind doesn't mean you're not doing important work." And it makes me feel great, and I thank him. Another guy recognizes me. Wall Street, Brooks Brothers suit, taking big steps. Sees me, goes, "Mike Rowe." I say, "Hey, how are you?" We shake hands. He goes, "I'm great. I just want to say I love your show. I watch it every week with my wife and my kids, and we laugh, and it's great. Because, after each segment, I can turn to my kids and say, see what happens if you don't go to college?" And I'm like, no, you missed it. That's not the point of the show.
It is the point.
Comes down off the ladder. He sees me. He goes, "Mike Rowe." I say, "Yeah." And he comes down the ladder and he shakes my hand. And he said, "Hey, Matt, I just want to thank you."
It is the point. You don't have to go to college.
After we put a tractor in Debbie Horn's recycle bin. A waste management truck picks up recycling in Hancock County. Our 13 Investigates cameras follow the truck to Shelby County. We watch the truck pull into a huge landfill near Morristown, but it does not dump out its recycling. The truck just uses the weigh station inside the landfill and then it leaves. Our tracker shows the truck unloaded Debbie's recycling inside this waste management transfer station near the landfill. Waste management then trucks the material 33 miles to its processing center in Indianapolis to go through the recycling line. The reality is, if Waste Management or Republic were to send these materials to a landfill, they'd have to pay $30 to $40 a ton to dispose of it. They'd rather recycle this stuff and make a profit. Watch what happens after we put a tractor in Debbie Horn's recycle bin. A waste management truck picks up recycling in Hancock County. Our 13 Investigates camera.
He comes down off the ladder. He sees me. He goes, "Mike Rowe." I say, "Yeah." He comes down the ladder.
Italians are the last people we can be openly racist against, and that's going to stop. I was
not reading text at all, guys.
I was the final one. At all. Like, nope. The cutoff was just now. You're fired. So like, what? That's going to happen to somebody with Italians. Like, I can come up here and be like, "Wop, hook nose, greasy Guidos," and everyone's like, "Yeah, that's pretty funny." It's funny that had to happen for every. There was one day where saying it wasn't cool anymore. Some guy walked into his office and dropped it, and everyone's like, "What the f***, dude?" Italians are the last people we can be openly racist against.
Nobody's coming to save you, Big Gun! Don't you get that? Your whole life has led to this point because of you. Your shitty decisions, your fucked up habits, your poor choices have caused you to end up at this point. The only person, Big Dog, that's gonna get you out of this spot is you. No more fucking excuses. No more coming up with reasons why you can't. Get focused, get ferocious. Nobody's coming to save you, Big Dog. Don't you get
I was
that?
driving a long time. I would be engaging, but this is awesome.
I've not seen that in 15 years easily. Roll it. I swear to God.
Yeah, and that means I don't have to ID or anything until I have been lawfully arrested. Okay. So that man, he detained me. I like the incident report since I was detained. He never detained. He said I got it on film, sir. No, he said I was illegally being detained. He can tell you right now. Okay. He never put handcuffs on you or anything like that. That doesn't matter. I was detained. I would like the incident report. Okay. So I can go ahead and press file a report against this officer for detaining me for no crime. You'd have to go to this Alpha Police Department. No, sir. The report is on me. I can get the report right now with the incident number. I'll tell you what, can you get the station? I'll give it to you. That's not how it works. Can you get your supervisor? Can you get your supervisor, please? Can you get the station and I'll have to talk to you? No, sir. I would like to either give me an incident report or, I'm just going to have this is getting more difficult than what it has to be. Why are you so uptight? Yeah, and that means I don't have to ID or anything until I have been lawfully arrested. Okay. So that man, he detained me. I like the incident report since I was detained.
He never detained.
He said I got it on film, sir.
No,
he said I was legally being detained. He can tell you right now.
He never handcuffs or anything.
That doesn't matter. I was detained. I would like an incident report. Okay. So I can go ahead and press file a report against this officer for detaining me for no crime.
You'd have to go to the South Lake Police Department.
No, sir. The report was on me. I can get that report right now. What's that incident number?
I tell you what, meet me at the station. I'll give it to you.
That's not how it works. Can you get your supervisor? Can you get your supervisor, please?
Sure. Meet me at the station and I'll have you talk to him.
No, sir. I would like to either give me an incident report or, I'm just going to have this is a bit more difficult than what it has to be. Why are you so uptight? Yeah? And that means I don't have to ID or anything until I have been lawfully arrested.
My God, I have not seen that in 15 years easily. Okay, I swear to God.
Nobody's coming to save you, big.
Yeah, and that means I don't have to ID.
Did you know that since early 1942, a U.S. Navy intelligence unit known as Station Hypo has been decoding Japanese messages stating that there would soon be a huge military operation at a location called AF. They didn't know what this AF could mean, but in March of 1942, they noticed that a Japanese weather forecasting plane flying near Midway had used it, which clearly implied that the word AF referred to Midway Atoll. However, everyone didn't agree with the code breakers, so they came up with a deceptive trick. In an unencrypted message, they told Midway to notify Pearl Harbor that the base's saltwater evaporator systems had failed. And guess what? A Japanese message was received within a day stating that AF was running short on fresh water. The U.S. Navy made use of this information to mobilize 3 aircraft carriers at a location they dubbed Point Luck, 300 miles north of Midway, and the decisive battle turned the tide of the Pacific War. Did you know that since early 1942, a U.S. Navy...
Yeah, and that means I don't have to ID or anything until
My God, I have not seen that in 15...
Nobody's coming to save...
Yeah, and that means I don't...
Did you know that since...
Subaru Tribeca? This is what we have. Okay, so the little lever broke off. This is for the heater.
Hi. How you doing? Good. Can we help you with something?
No.
Okay. Is there a reason that you're here?
Yeah.
Okay, can I ask what that reason is?
No.
Okay, well, you're going to have to leave our building, sir, if you're not going to be here on official business. Tell me what your business is.
For what? I don't have to tell you. Who are you?
I'm the director of facilities for this establishment.
Mm-hmm.
And I am trying to make sure that everything is safe.
You're a public employee, right?
That is correct.
Okay, yeah, you work for us.
No.
Yeah, you work for the people. You're a public employee. You're doing a First Amendment audit.
That's great. There they are right there. Okay. See, we don't want any problems. We're just trying to make sure that everybody's safe here. We don't know who you are.
I don't know who you are. Yeah, so?
So?
Hi. How you doing?
Good. Can we help you with something?
No.
Guy comes up to me, he goes, where you from really? What? He goes, where you from really? I said, where am I from originally? And he goes, I said, I was born in Cincinnati, but I moved around a lot. And he goes, and then I decipher that what he's saying is, I'm from Lafayette, Louisiana, about 20 miles south of there. There's a bunch of Seguras down there. I thought maybe you're from there too. And I go, oh, fucking no. And then I realized we have this whole population of Cajun people living amongst us like they're one of us, and they're not. Why do they have rights? Here's all I'm saying. I support building a wall if it's around the state of Louisiana, because those people are out of their fucking minds. Guy comes up to me, he goes, where you from really? What? He goes, where?
In 2019, the U.S. Air Force resurrected a 60-year-old B-52 bomber named Wise Guy from its boneyard. Wise Guy was first delivered to the Air Force in 1960 and served with the 5th Bomb Wing out of Minot Air Force Base in North Dakota. In 2008, it was retired to the Boneyard at Davis-Monthan Air Force Base in Arizona. However, in 2019, the Air Force decided to bring Wise Guy back to life to replace a B-52 that had crashed in Guam 3 years earlier. The Air Force's 309th Aerospace Maintenance and Regeneration Group, which oversees the Boneyard, spent 128 days getting Wise Guy ready to fly again. This involved inspecting and repairing all of the aircraft's systems and components, as well as upgrading it with new avionics and other equipment. In April 2020, Wise Guy was finally ready to return to service, and it was delivered to Minot Air Force Base, where it joined the 5th Bomb Wing. In 2019,
do not film me. Do not film me. Don't touch me. Yeah, I'm inside. Just come inside. Don't touch me. You just threatened the witness. Threatened the witness? See the right here? What's the threat to you? What's the threat to you? Not to you. Do not film me.
Oh, you taking a picture?
Film me. Do not film me. Don't touch me. Yeah, I'm inside. Just come inside. Don't touch me.
You could walk into the bank tomorrow and you could go, I'd like to take out $2,000, and they can say, no, you can't have it. So when you come into your bank and you give them $100 to open a checking account, just to make it an easy number, they hold $10 and they loan out $90. Now there's another guy who takes out a loan for $90. This guy doesn't just hold his $90, he goes and puts it in the bank. And so the bank holds 10% of that money and then loans out 90% of that to somebody else, who then puts that money in the bank. And then they take 10% of, so when you actually look at the effect of it, there's like not nearly as much money in the bank as we all think we have. So essentially, if everybody came into the bank, or even just too many people came into the bank and said, we'd like to withdraw our money, there's nowhere near enough money for them to give you. So inherently, the whole thing is kind of a house of cards. You could walk into the bank tomorrow and you could go, I'd like to take out $2,000, and they can say, no, you can't have it. So when you come into your bank and you give them $100 to open a checking account, just to make it an easy number.
This was the world's most advanced human-like robot until Tesla dropped a new viral video. So in May 2023, Tesla released a robot update that shocked the world. People made fun of the Tesla bot, but now no one's laughing. Tesla's revealed 3 achievements that make this the world's most advanced humanoid robot, and the last has people worried. At number 3, we have the walker. The Tesla looks like it crapped its pants, but it can do something Boston Dynamics can't, exploring and memorizing new environments. At number 2, we have the training. The Tesla can learn new tasks from a human, which some might think is not impressive, until you realize Boston manually programs tasks. All those QR codes you see in Boston's videos are for guiding robots to do a preset task. At number 1, we have mass manufacturing. We've never seen more than 2 Atlas robots in one video, because manufacturing is hard. But Tesla showed off 5 robots in one video. That's why this was the world's most advanced human-like robot until Tesla dropped a new viral video. So in May 2023, Tesla released a robot update that shocked the world.
Have you guys heard of this radio station called Coast to Coast? Yeah. This guy, he always interviews the craziest of people. And there's one story, it's wild. Average Joe calls in. He's like, I don't really tell people this story because I don't even know if I believe it. But he's like, this is what happened to me. This guy collects like motorcycles, and he has 2 motorcycles in particular that he like loves. He told his daughter, when I die, please keep these 2 motorcycles within the family. One of them was like some Honda from like 1970. Anyways, he like drove it to the coffee shop. This guy comes in, he's like, hey, who is the Honda whatever? He's like, yeah, it's mine. He's like, I have one just like that. Weird. They just started talking. He's like, what other bikes do you have? He like mentioned the other one. Like, no way, I have that bike as well. It was passed down from my grandpa. No way. And he's like, weird. And then started to cry. He's like,
my other favorite image is a guy was jogging on the beach in California, and you can tell he's very light-footed, and he's just cruising along the beach, and a policeman's coming up to try to stop him from being on the beach by himself. And the policeman has big, heavy boots on. He's trying to get closer, and the guy sees him out of the corner of his eye. He just sort of picks up his pace. And you can just see this guy running, and he never gets caught. You're like, hooray for freedom. A guy's on the beach running. Leave him the hell alone. My other favorite image is a guy was jogging on the beach in California, and you can tell he's very...
If you want to get a sense of how State Farm really is? Let me tell you this story. I handled a case where a woman lost her home to a fire. She was traveling in a different part of the state. She filed a claim with State Farm. State Farm made up a claim that my client torched her house. Had zero proof of it. The fire department could not determine the cause of the fire. State Farm refused to pay this woman the value of her home. So that means she could not replace it. She had no coverage for finding
So this is what I'm doing so I don't have to read the chat. I'm driving.
That she torched her own home. It was total bullshit. I filed suit, and before they even answered the complaint, State Farm's lawyer called to settle the case. It was absolute garbage, but this is par for the course with State Farm. If you want to get a sense of how State Farm really is, let me tell you this story. I handled a case where a woman lost her home to a fire.
School shootings. It's a problem. It's a problem in this country. Now, I was just up in Canada. They're much nicer than us. They don't shoot each other. They stab. Isn't that nice? It's like kind of romantic. We shoot in America, much more efficient. Shooting somebody's like breaking up via text. Easy, no mess. Stabbing somebody's like breaking up in person. You see that look in their eye, you're like, I know, it's hard for me too. Then you get back to your buddies, like, how'd it go? You're like, of course, you fucking freaked out. Another reason why women are better than men, you don't see a lot of female school shooters. What's going on there? I Googled it, there's been 2. Oh, anybody ever heard of them? Isn't that weird? Whether it's gun violence or the WNBA. Nobody's watching these female shooters. Man or woman. Gotta put up some more numbers, ladies. School shootings.
This dirty cop ruins people's lives for a living.
Now, breaking news is the arrest of a police detective in Hilo this afternoon. William Brown is charged with perjury and tampering with a government record. Prosecutors believe Brown lied to a grand jury in a felony meth case this past spring. The suspect in that case was released from custody. Brown is now on leave without pay pending the outcome of his case.
This dirty cop ruins people's lives for a living.
Now, breaking news is
We're Air Force. Of course we get hazard duty pay for staying on Army installation.
We're Air Force. Everything is better here, except for the finance office.
We're Air Force. Of course nothing can stop us, except for Lightning Within 5 or bad internet connection.
We're Air Force. I don't even know what a pull-up is.
We're Air Force. Of course we scored high enough on our ASVAL to not have to join the Marines.
We're Air Force. No, we don't all fly planes. Some of us actually work for a living.
We're Air Force. Of course we don't clean the latrine. We have a cleaning service that comes on base and does that.
We're Air Force. If PT was any harder, we might die.
We're Air Force. If our PT was any easier, it'd be called your mom. We're Air Force. Of course we get hazard duty pay for staying on Army installation.
We're Air Force.
Okay, so what the hell is going on in Yosemite National Park? On June 15th, 2005, Michael Fissery was on a solo backpacking trip in Yosemite National Park when something went horribly wrong. One of the places that Fissery had frequented on his numerous backpacking trips was Hetch Hetchy Reservoir. Though remote and rugged, he knew the area very well. He then...
Alright, I'm gonna cut him off. We're getting close to the house. And it's all black now. It's all black. What's wrong with black? You got a problem with black? I don't. As long as they ain't next door. And if they are next door, if they're cool, it's alright. Alright guys. I'm gonna do a desktop stream. I'll see you in a bit. And get caught up on the bullshit.